welcome to Coastal Living. Yeah, you know we got to talk wellness on Wednesdays, so we're going to visit with the doctors in the house. You know, there are a lot of conditions that can come up, you know, in our youth or even later in our life that may seem like curveballs we're unprepared for. So in my opinion, the more you know ahead of time, the better equipped you are to handle those situations when they come and to make sure you're taking the precautions you need to take ahead of time with those first signs and symptoms. We're also going to visit with a new photographer in town. If you're looking for some family photos or some portraits, she's got you covered. We got a lot to cover on today's show, so let's get straight to it. Thanks for watching Coastal Living.
It's being closely watched. A newer strain of bird flu called D1.1, which has been linked with 2 severe human infections in North America, including 1 death.
Still, even with that, the risk to the human population right now is very low.
It's unclear whether the newer bird flu variant poses a bigger threat to people, but the virus has been detected in cows at least twice, and officials believe the cattle encountered infected birds or their droppings, which could mean it'll be harder to contain and further raise the risk for dairy workers. Right now, the danger of the virus spreading to the food supply remains low, but raw milk should be avoided, says Dr. Donald Dunford with Cleveland Clinic.
We have not seen any human cases related to that, but since raw milk doesn't go through the pasteurization process, which is known to kill bacteria and viruses, there is the potential for transmission with raw milk products.
While it's always important to thoroughly cook food, Dunford says that will also reduce the chances of a virus spreading in eggs and poultry products. And while the U.S. is experiencing a severe flu season right now, he says national data from health officials shows it's not linked to bird flu.
Right now, we are not seeing any cases of bird flu in that surveillance.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
Coca-Cola is jumping into the prebiotic soda category. What is that? Well, you'll find out. It's a new beverage that's being touted as good for your health, but be careful with the way things are marketed towards us, right? It's called Simply Pop, and it's expected to roll out later this month. The drink will come in 5 flavors and will contain vitamins to support gut health. They'll be sold by the case on Amazon, and the 12-ounce cans will be available at grocery stores. Simply Pop will become a rival to the popular Poppy and Olipop brands, which I just recently became aware of. Very interesting concept to add in these prebiotics. I'm very curious how Coca-Cola is going to give us anything healthy. But according to Coke, functional beverages are projected to generate $2 billion in sales by 2029. Again, a friendly reminder, do your research on the ingredients to find out if anything is truly benefiting your health or if it's another one of those fat-free marketing schemes. We are back with our friends at South Texas Brain and Spine Center. Dr. Lewis is in the house today, and we are talking about aging a lot and things that happen to our bodies as we age. And one topic that comes up is something very natural. As you age, you become more forgetful. Maybe you're a little wobbly on your feet. And I know personally the first thing that comes to mind is dementia, Alzheimer's, some of these that are very, very scary diseases. But you mentioned something that may be reversible that could be one of the things that we might be diagnosed with, correct?
Yes, exactly. Not all dementias are something you have to live with or have to accept. Sometimes they're reversible.
Interesting.
And one of those is a condition called normal pressure hydrocephalus, or water on the brain. And as we age, sometimes people will start becoming forgetful. They'll start shuffling their feet, and they may have accidents when they go to the bathroom or don't get to the bathroom in time. And we chalk that up to getting older and aging, but we don't practice age discrimination here, and there are reversible causes. Sometimes the spinal fluid doesn't circulate properly, and we have to shunt it off or drain it off and to reverse those symptoms.
Interesting. I've never heard of this and I've never considered it, but I think this may be a little bit of a relief to those of us who fear aging for that reason, because Alzheimer's and dementia seem to be so common. So without jumping the gun, you might want to come and be consulted on this topic, correct?
Yes, because it can come on very gradually and we may not notice it. And difficulties walking, we teach the medical students wet wobbly, and weird.
Okay.
So if your family member is starting to have troubles with wetness, having accidents, or trouble with shuffling gait where their feet feel stuck to the ground, or they start having short-term memory loss, this may be a reversible cause of dementia.
Okay, and are there different stages in the progress of that particular disease? Is there a point of no return, or is it reversible or treatable at any stage?
It can be treated at any stage, and people typically start with difficulty walking first and then progress to more short-term memory and then problems with the bladder. So these can all be reversed with a simple shunt procedure.
Interesting, and I think along with that fear, we can all be very stubborn when it comes to the doctor, and even when our bodies are screaming at us to come and get professional help, we can deny that out of fear of what the diagnosis might be. But in the event that that isn't the issue and it is, say, something like dementia or Alzheimer's, the sooner you diagnose it, the better. Is that true?
Yes, there's some great treatments now for Alzheimer's disease. Also, another reversible cause is low B12. Low B12 can cause trouble with thinking and also with walking. So it's important to get checked out.
Very, very cool. Okay, so if we're noticing wet, wobbly, or weird,
yes,
come on in and see our doctors here at South Texas Brain and Spine Center. They want to take care of you. I love that you have a preventative approach. We're not going straight into surgical treatment or anything like that. We're going to look at your symptoms. We're going to make sure that you're taken care of and hopefully prevent or reverse some of these very, very scary symptoms and diseases. So very helpful. How can we get more information from you all?
Yes, we're right across the road from Shoreline Hospital and Christus Hospital, Spawn, so right nearby.
All right, give them a call, make that appointment, and don't forget to mention Coastal Living sent you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Coastal Living's Doctor in the House is paid for by South Texas Brain and Spine Center.
Hey everybody, today I'm back visiting with my buddy JD with Interstate Batteries, and you know, we talk about batteries, all kinds of batteries.
Wearing us out with batteries.
The only battery we haven't talked about is our battery, our human battery. You got to recharge, and the only way to do that is to eat delicious and healthy food, good for your body, especially when it's made with love. So we came to a place that we know. We got Mama's in the kitchen over here.
Oh yeah,
at
the
Thai
best
Spice
place
downtown.
in town.
Yes, let's talk about it. We're getting some more food as we speak. What do we have, Paul?
All right, there we go.
Oh my goodness.
Look at that. Looks like a little salmon.
Oh yeah.
Thai salmon and
Pad Thai salmon and shrimp. Oh my Lord.
Okay,
yes.
So they're just bringing in
Thank you, Paul.
all of our faves. We got Pad Thai, chicken salad, of course their famous curry. They've got about 3 or 4 different types of curry.
They're all good.
And they just introduced some new menu items. They're going to be serving cooked oysters, and they've got escargot in the house.
Yummy.
Yum.
Yummy, yummy, yummy.
I want to know what makes this your favorite restaurant.
So they're here all the time, kind of like the Interstate Battery guys. We're here all the time, ready to serve 11 to 11, 7 days a week, and all year, which just amazes me.
Yep, committed.
And they are very committed,
community.
and the food is just amazing. It's all fresh, and it seems good for you, you know, versus something that's fried. So that's what we like about it.
Yeah, there's always a nice little like fruity treat. You always have nice veggies on the side to accent your meal. What are your favorite items on the menu?
Man, everything's good. You usually get the beef salad, which is some kind of Thai, and they'll help you with the Thai names.
Sure, yes.
Yep,
Names
some Thai word, but it's really good.
Okay.
It comes with usually pineapple, and man, it's just so many different flavors. It really pops.
And you're a spicy guy, right?
Oh yeah.
All right, my mouth is watering because I can smell the food, but I love spice. Y'all, like, it's your first time hearing that, right? But here you can get a pretty insane level of spice. Thai probably has one of the highest levels that you can get with, like, when it comes to cultures and the way that they cook their food. This will make your head tingle. So I'm trying to keep my saliva at bay. All of this food is delicious. My favorites are definitely the Pad Thai, and I love the green curry.
Green curry's
so
good.
And what I love is sometimes she's switching up a few of the ingredients, a few of the toppings. So it's kind of like you're getting a fresh experience every time, even if you do order the same thing. And I always ask for that taco bowl because that just like enhances it that much more. So this place is delicious, and I think what we love most is it is a local family-owned business, a mom and pop kind of shop. So you can come in and you're going to be greeted by the owners. Like I said, we got Mama in the kitchen. If it's not Mama, it's Top, their son. And they also support the community in a really great way. You know, they're giving people great chances to serve the tables and take care of
their workers kind of come come from wherever, you know,
Yeah.
and it's they're helping people, they're helping the economy.
Yep.
They're just good folks.
Very good folks. So we
Yeah,
want to
man.
encourage you to come and support Thai Spice. They've been around for almost 20 years, and this is their second location. So they started off somewhere else. Now they've got this infamous spot in downtown Corpus Christi, kind of right by the water, right next to Cassidy's Irish Pub, and the food is amazing. So big shout out to you for kind of sharing the love and
Oh, yeah.
featuring one of these amazing restaurants in
Gotta
Corpus
eat.
Christi. That's
Absolutely.
right. Charge that internal battery and make sure that you're feeding yourself well. And when you do, please consider supporting local. You can go to a drive-through anytime, but you can also come here basically anytime, 11 to 11. When you come at lunch, they give you a little sopita with the little crunchies on the side. So good.
I've
you
never
can
had
tell.
the sopita.
You can tell I come
Yeah?
here often, right?
Okay.
So stop by Thai Spice. Be sure to mention that JD and Coastal Living sent you, and make sure you keep that battery fully charged.
Right on.
We're off to a great start, but we're going to take a quick break. When we return, we're going to visit with our friends from the Coastal Bend Blood Center. Now, we know it's great to donate. It's, you know, a big deal. There's always a big need for blood, but they always have really great incentives, and the one we're talking about today is surely going to get you in there to donate. So stand by. We'll be back with more on Coastal Living. To look and feel our very best, and more often than not that can be done with the help of a photographer and a really nice studio shoot or on location shoot. So you may have noticed a new photography studio here on the south side called Wet Silver, and I have the luxury of sitting here with Miss Lori. She is the owner and photographer here, and I'm really excited to learn a little bit about what you do. So talk to me about yourself and the services that you offer.
So I offer all portrait services from families in newborn and maternity, marketing pictures, headshots and such, but I specialize in boudoir.
Okay.
And it is my favorite for obvious reasons. This is one-on-one, me and one client all day, so you get to know each other and you get comfortable with each other, and there's just nothing like showing somebody what they can look like and what they can feel like behind the lens.
You mentioned that boudoir is your favorite, and I think for some they might be skeptical, like, you know, I've seen those photos, I like them, but there's no way I could ever do them. What does the process look like when we book a shoot with you specifically for boudoir?
A session is a full day. It starts at 9 o'clock and ends when it ends. It goes on sometimes all the way till 4 o'clock. But it's kind of up to somebody how long it takes, because I don't rush anybody through
That's
anything.
nice. Yeah.
So we start with hair and makeup, lashes, you know, get everybody glammed up. So the transformation is physical first. We start with one set, whichever set like works best with the lingerie that we start with, and I will show all the posing first. Like I literally demonstrate it. Like this is how you do it. This is what you do, and then my client gets onto whatever set it is, and I talk them through it step by step. And then once each pose is like once they get into that position, little fine tweaks, and then I take the picture.
Nice.
And we do that through a whole series of poses per set. And then my favorite part. So we do several sets, 3 to 4 sets, but my favorite part is after that first set, I sit down with them and show them back a camera. And so they get to see themselves for the first time in this position, unedited, raw and untouched. This is you. This is exactly what you look like right now.
And that's where we level up the confidence, right?
That
It
is
shoots up from
where
there.
chills. That's where
that.
like sometimes people cry, sometimes they gasp, but like more often than not, they're like, I cannot believe that's me.
That's great.
Wow. And then like they start really trusting the process, and the rest of it is way more fun, way smoother. That's when the magic really happens.
The fireworks go off. I love that.
Yes.
It is pristine in here, guys, and I do encourage you, even maybe just to schedule a consultation, come by and check out the space and get to know Lori. We've spent some time talking here, and now I feel like we're best friends. So I think that's part one of getting comfortable. I've worked with several photographers in my life, and when there's a sort of sterile relationship between the two of you, it's really hard to get those photos and capture those moments. So for someone looking for more information, to see examples of your photography, where do we go?
WetSilverBoudoir.com. If you Google it, if you don't know how to spell it, just Google it, I come up. But you know, it's funny you're talking about like, you know, getting comfortable with somebody. That's my favorite part of photography, is like really connecting with people and finding out who they are. And once you have that, like once everybody's comfortable, the rest just becomes so natural. It really does.
Yes, and I've had those experiences before, but truly, those are kind of few and far between. A lot of people do photography, but not everybody has that personal element and that personality to connect with you and make you feel like you can show yourself through the lens. So I think that's really special. Please support local, support Miss Lori and Wet Silver. Look her up online. Be sure to mention Coastal Living sent you. Whether it's boudoir or family portraits or photos of your children, whatever it may be, she covers it all. So give her a call to learn more, schedule that consultation, and again, mention that we sent you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Girl Scout cookies. All right, now that I have your attention, we have a familiar face here in studio, Miss Ashley with the Coastal Bend Blood Center. And yes, you can get free Girl Scout cookies, but first, we're going to talk about why you should be passionate about donating blood all year long, even when there's not an incentive like cookies, right?
That's
a
right.
huge need constantly in the community.
That's right. The need for blood is constant. Unfortunately, it never declines, but blood donations do. So this is why it's extremely important that we bring that constant awareness and that we're on coastal living and that, you know, we're just trying to make sure that our community residents don't forget about this extremely important part of our community, which is giving blood, giving life. So right now, as you mentioned, yes, everybody who donates from February 14th through February 28th will receive a free box of Girl Scout cookies. Now, and if your choice, so any of these.
What's your favorite flavor?
Mine is this one. That's why I'm holding on to it tightly.
I started off with Thin Mints, but I have started to lean into these lemonades. Yes, they're very good.
Those
and
are
then
good.
the Samoas, I think, are the other ones I like. But everybody's got their flavor, right? So, and it's a great treat too, because you go and you donate, and afterwards, of course, we want you to like get your sugars back and have a little snack. So why not snack on some Girl Scout cookies,
get a good hearty meal and then add this little as your dessert, right? So it's like perfect, a win-win. But yes, so everybody will receive this, a Fishing for Donors t-shirt, and of course some other goodies. We always have something going on, and we always try to give back and make it fun and exciting, and, you know, we try our best. But at the end of the day, it's really about coming together to save lives, which we need. And there's another holiday that's coming up, which is spring break. So we know what's to come. So it's really just about getting, you know, ahead of it and making sure that we have that adequate amount of blood supply on our shelves at all times, and then afterwards, of course, replenishing it. It's just, it's a constant thing. It's, you know, it's a daily battle, honestly, but again, we wouldn't be able to do what we do without our community residents.
Yes, it takes a village, and this is one of those things that, yes, unfortunate things happen, and you never know when it's going to be your loved one that's in need of a blood transfusion or even some platelets. What's the difference between donating blood and platelets? I know there's a constant need for that too, right?
Yes, right now we are in great need of platelets always, and I know we don't talk too much about that. It's really about whole blood. I mean, but honestly, we need all blood. All donations every single day. So the difference is that you can donate whole blood every 56 days and platelets every 2 weeks, which is great. So we can, but platelets is only good for 7 days. So this is why you're able to donate more. So this is something that, again, is just very much in need right now, and we have, we have so much going on with platelets right now, and you can find all that information on our website, coastalbendbloodcenter.org. We have a lot of fun incentives for our platelet donors, on top of which you would get
already with the regular donation.
Can
you do both at the same time?
You cannot.
Okay,
no, it's
so
one or another.
Yeah, you don't want to leave there too drained,
right? Exactly. We don't want you to do that.
Yeah, but again, you get hooked up with freebies and coupons and all kinds of cool stuff. And truly, this is something that you want to make a part of your lifestyle. And I know there are so many people that do, and they're like on the clock. Hey, I got the call. It's time to go back and donate, because you never know who you could be saving, and it doesn't cost you a dime.
It doesn't.
You're making all this blood anyway. Why not share it with the world, right?
I love that. Yes, why not share it?
Yes,
sharing is caring. Yes,
very good. So between now and then, we can schedule an appointment online. We can just drop into the Coastal Bend Blood Center, and if we see one of those big old buses, just pop in.
Yes, walk-ins are always welcome.
Good, and they've really streamlined the process of getting everything registered and all of that too.
Yes.
So it's a little faster than it used to be if you've donated in the past.
Yes, we have our Donor Quick Pass that we just launched, and that is helping save tons of time. So you already have it. You just walk in and you're ready to donate.
I love it. All right, so if you have it in your heart, call and schedule your appointment. Show up at the Coastal Bend Blood Center. Grab a pack of your free Girl Scout cookies from now until February 28th. Thank you so much for
Thank you very much.
When I was in college, soup was often a meal, and I had about 10 different ways to kick up instant noodles. This is a riff on one of them, although I would say this is probably a bit healthier than the versions I made back then. I call this one Thai chicken noodle soup.
Light, fresh, and still filling, this delicious soup comes down to simple, great quality ingredients. Begin by heating sesame oil over medium heat in a large stock pot. Add the onions and cook until softened. Then add a sprinkle of salt and chopped garlic. Stir and continue cooking for another minute or two. Once the garlic becomes deliciously fragrant, then add in the chicken stock, 100% full-fat coconut milk, and freshly squeezed lime juice. Give it a good stir and let it come to a boil over high heat. I use these gluten-free rice ramen noodles, but you can use any type of noodles you like. Ramen noodles cook very quickly, so once the broth boils, the noodles go in, and in less than a minute, they begin to soften. I use tongs to gently separate the noodles. Then I add in the chicken and carrots. Give it another good stir to combine the ingredients well and label it into soup bowls. That's it. I like to top the soup with fresh cilantro, scallions, and a wedge of lime to squeeze on top.
Now that's how to kick up chicken noodle soup.
You can find this recipe for Thai chicken noodle soup and many more recipes at homewithshay.com.
Interested in growing your business? Coastal Living can help. Email us at advertise@coastallivingtv.com or scan the QR code on your screen for more information.
Today on Coastal Living. Thank you so much for joining us. We love everybody that contributes to the show, and of course we love you. Thank you for tuning in and watching. We especially love to interact with you all online. So find us on Facebook and Instagram at Coastal Living TV. You can also now watch our full episodes commercial free on our YouTube channel at Coastal Living TV Corpus Christi. So give us a search and subscribe. Show us some love, y'all. Now we do have a great show coming up for you tomorrow with a lot to cover, including some Coastal Bend history on good old Buck Stadium. I love these segments, and I'm so glad we get to feature them on our show. So be sure to tune in. Have a great day. We'll see you then.